to the SST College of Arts and Commerce. This is SST Edupedia. Myself Kritika Valecha. Today I am going to explain you the topic which is related to business management. The name of the topic is Introduction to Management. We'll start with the topic. The very first point in that is definition of management. Before starting with the definition, what do we mean by the term management? Management is nothing but the art to manage the people creatively and innovatively. Management is an art of getting things done through the people. Management means to administer the people, to manage them properly, to make all the things clear to the superior, to the subordinates, to the employees from whom we are expecting the work to get it done. Management is an art in which we get the things done through the people and with the help of the people in formally organized groups. These are the two definitions of the term management. The very first definition, that is management is an art of getting things done through the people. This is given by Mary Parker Follett. And the second definition, management is an art of getting things done through and with people in formally organized groups. This definition has been given by Harold Kuntz. We'll move forward. We'll move towards the next section, that is nature and characteristics of management. In that, the very first point is systematic process. What do we mean by the term systematic? Systematic means we need to move ahead step by step. So, management is a systematic process which is undertaken to attain the objectives. Means we need to attain the goals, we need to achieve the objectives or the goals which the organization has set already. So, management process is continuous process. It starts when the organization starts its working and ends till the organization exists. Second point for that is all pervasive. All pervasive meaning is management is applicable to all the walks of life. It touches the all walks of life. That is, it is not applicable only to the business organizations but to the non-business organizations also. The non-business organization examples we can give out is educational institutions, charitable trust, and many other examples. Apart from that, the third point is professional approach. Nowadays, managers they adopt the professional approach for getting the work done from their subordinates, for getting the work done from their employees. So, what is the responsibility of the manager in dealing as the professional person? Professional managers they delegate the authority, that is, they give their authority to their subordinates. They invite the suggestions and ideas from their subordinates. Along with that, they encourage their initiative also, because it is the subordinates, it is the employees who is actually going to do the work. So it is very important to involve them for all the activities which are done by the management. So the managers adopt the professional approach and they believe in delegating the authority. They invite the suggestions so that the subordinates also should come up with the new ideas, new methods, and their creative thinking should be applied while dealing with all the issues which are related with the organizations. We'll move ahead to the next point, that is group activity. Proper manager they require the teamwork. They want every subordinate, every employee in the organization to work as a team, because when we work as a team we can achieve the good results. Our organization can be successful because of the teamwork. So the combined efforts of all the managers, they can bring the success to the organization collectively. Because one individual, if the person is working alone, no doubt he'll be successful in completing the work, but that success will be for a short period of time. If we want our organization to be successful for a longer perspective, so we need to encourage the teamwork, we need to encourage the subordinates to work as the members of the groups. Next point is art as well as science. We can say that management has both the characteristics of art as well as science. Art means we have to apply our creative thinking, we have to be very innovative, we have to come up with the new ideas, new messages, new suggestions for the organization. And what do you mean by the term science? Science is nothing but when we practically apply all these knowledge, talent and skills which we have gathered. So we can say therefore management is an art as well as a science. Next one is established principles. Management follows certain established principles. Principles are the guidelines which we have set, which the organization has set in front of it. So these all many principles are there which we need to work upon, which we need to follow while we manage our people and subordinates in the organization. The examples of some principles are division of work, discipline, unity of command, unity of direction, and so on. We'll move forward to the next point, next question, that is need and importance of management. In that very first point is innovation. What do you mean by the term innovation? When we comes with something new which does not already exist in the market, for the first time we have introduced something in the market, that is called as invention. But when we make certain modifications, certain changes to the already existing products, to the already existing group of products in the market, that is called as innovation. So because of the effective management, because the management is inviting the suggestions from the employees and the subordinates, so employees come up with the new ideas, new products, new technology and etc. Innovation, it helps to gain the advantage in the competitive world. Innovation helps the company to success, to survive for a long period of time in this competitive world. Next point is corporate image. Management helps the organization to increase the corporate image. Management, it provides the good incentives, good benefits to the organization. New products are launched by them in the market. So the corporate image of the organization increases. When the corporate image increases, it creates the confidence in the minds of the customers, in the minds of the employees and the shareholders. Whoever is attached with the organization, whoever is associated with the organization, a good corporate image is created in the minds of those persons. Corporate image is nothing but the goodwill of the organization, which has a positive impact on the survival of the organization. The next point is teamwork. Management develops the team spirit in the organization, because working alone can bring the profits for a short time, but for the long time we need the team to work together. So there should be unity and cooperation among the team members that brings the success to the organization. It is because of the teamwork that the organization can exist for a long period of time. So the next is optimum use of resources. What do you mean by the term optimum? Optimum means maximum, to the greatest possible extent. There are three type of resources which the organization uses for conducting its activity smoothly. The very first resources is physical resources, in that our machinery, tools, equipments, everything comes under the physical resources. The second one is the financial resources, in which money is involved. With the help of money, with the help of bank loans and the loans from the financial institutions, with the help of which we can conduct our business activities. Apart from that, the third type of resources is human resources. That is nothing but the employees, subordinates, the manpower which is working in our organization. So it is the responsibility of management to see whether all the resources are used to the greatest possible extent. We should not make any wastages of any type of resources. If we are wasting the resources, along with the resources, the efficiency of the management is also affected. So when we make use of the resources to the maximum possible extent, we can bring the good results to the organization and the organization can be successful. After that, the next point is motivation. Management helps to motivate the employees. How the employees will be motivated? With the help of two incentives. First is the monetary incentives, second one is the non-monetary incentives. When we provide them with a good salary, increased pay scale, we can say that we are providing them with the monetary incentives. Incentives are nothing but the benefits which the employees are looking for when they are working with an organization. And for the non-monetary incentives includes the recognition, appreciation. Whenever the employee is working nicely, whenever they are able to achieve their targets on time, the management should appreciate them, should recognize them, so they'll be encouraged and motivated to work with application and dedication. Next point is reduction in wastages. To reduce the wastage to the large scale, to the utmost point, it is very important for any type of organization. If we are reducing our wastages, we can increase our productivity, and once the productivity is increased, we can increase our sales, we can increase our profits, and our organization can survive for a long time in the competitive world. So the next point after that, next question is managerial skills. What is the managerial skills? Skills is nothing but the knowledge, the talent, the ability and the capability a person should possess when he has to become a manager. For becoming a good manager, certain skills are required by the person. So these are all the skills which we are going to study, which a manager should possess if he has to become a good person, good manager, and he has to become successful in his organization. The very first skill is conceptual skill. How we see the problem, how we understand the situation, how we diagnose it, how we perceive it. It's all about the conceptual skill. Means how we are looking at the problem, how we are trying to deal with the situation. It comes under the conceptual skill. So conceptual skill, it is the ability to diagnose, to understand the various aspects of the management problems or the situations. Majority of the times we have seen that the top management is involved in policy making, decision making, and providing the solutions to the management problems. So the top management requires the most of these skills. These skills are required more by the top level management as compared to the other levels, that is the middle level and the lower level of management. Apart from that, the next skill is human skills. All the managers must have these skills. They need to have the human skills, because it is the human beings with whom they are working in the organization. So if the manager has the good human skills, he can interact effectively, he can communicate effectively with the other persons working in the company, as he has to be continuously in touch with the other persons, as he has to interact with the other persons efficiently. So the manager must have these type of skills, and he can be successful if he has the good human skills for all the persons who are surviving along with him in the organization. The next point is technical skills. Technical means which is related to our day-to-day operations, day-to-day activities. We can say routine activities. So these types of skills are mostly required by the lower level of management, because this is the lower level managers who come in contact with the day-to-day activities, with the routine activities. So it is always essential that the lower level managers must possess these skills as compared to the top level managers. So the next point in the managerial skills is design skills. What do you mean by the design skills? It is nothing but the problem solving skills that the managers should possess, because it is the managers who can understand the problem, what the organization is facing, what the other people in the organization who are working in the organization they are facing. So they should have the skill not just to identify the problem, but how we can reach to the solution of the problem, how to solve that problem, how to deal with the problem in an effective manner. For that, the design skills should be possessed by the management. Next point is administrative skills. The managers who are specially working at the higher levels, means at the top level of management, they should have the ability to frame the different plans and policies for the working of the organization. It is the responsibility of the top level managers to make the plans for the policies through which the organization can conduct its long term working. So they should be able to coordinate with the various activities of the organization. They should have the good administration skills, means they should be able to manage the people effectively in a proper manner. After that, the next point is communication skills. As explained you earlier, it is the manager who comes in direct contact with many persons who are working in the organization. So he has to interact with them effectively. He has to communicate to the subordinates and the employees for which he is expecting them to work. So once they are communicated effectively, once they are made sure that they have to do this work, they can easily carry out their work. So the manager should have the good communication skills. He should know what to communicate, to whom he has to communicate, and how he has to make the other people work in an organization. For all these purposes, he should have the better communication skills. The manager can be only successful in the organization when he has the good communication skills, and he has to apply all these communication skills while interacting with the other persons in the organization. The next topic is functions of management. Functions of management means what work they are expected to perform, what the managers have to do inside the organization, what activities they have to carry out. The very first work, very first function which the management is expected to perform is planning. What do you mean by the term planning? Planning means where we are and where we want to be. Where we stand in the present date and where we want our organization to reach in the future date. That is what planning is all about. It tells us what to do, when to do, who is to do it, and how the work is to be done. Everything is made clear in the term planning. Planning, it is a specified process of setting the goals and selecting a suitable course of action through which we can achieve all those goals. It is deciding in advance what to be done and how it to be done. It makes us sure that we are carrying out our work according to the planning process. So planning is very essential for any type of work to be done. It is always done at the beginning of any type of work. After conducting the planning, we can carry out our work and we can make sure that we are going according to our plans. The next point is organizing. Organizing means properly arranging. It is the activity of identifying and grouping the work to be performed, because one individual alone cannot do all types of work which are there in the organization. So it is the responsibility of the managers to divide the work which is there in the organization among all the persons who are working in the organization. So for that purpose, we have to define what the work is to be done, and we have to delegate the authority. We have to provide the authority to the subordinates and the employees to conduct their work, and we have to give them the authority as well as responsibility. See, there should be a proper balance between authority and responsibility. If you're giving the work to be done to some of the workers, that is the subordinates or the employees, we should also give them certain responsibilities by which they can we should also give them certain powers by which they can conduct their work properly. So we have to establish the relationships also between the subordinates, between the employees, so that they can achieve their objectives very easily. After that, the next point is staffing. This is the very important element of organizing. It is an important part of organizing. Staffing means to select the right person for the right job and at the right time. It is very important for the organization, so a proper focus should be made towards the staffing. For the staffing purpose, the main point which is to be considered is we have to select the right person for the right job. So next point is decision making. This is nothing but the process of identifying and selecting a particular course of action to solve a specific problem. Whenever the management is going through some problem, whenever the management of the organization is facing some problem, so we need to arrive at certain decisions in order to solve them properly, in order to correct them properly. So the management must have the ability to take the right decision at the right time. After that, next point is directing. Directing means, in simple language we can say, to provide the directions, to show the guidelines, to provide a proper path which the subordinates have to follow, through which they can carry out their activities smoothly. It just not involves instructing the people what to do, but also ensuring them what is expected from them. Whatever we are expecting from the employees, from the subordinates, they should be informed well in advance. It also involves development of the high morale of the subordinates. Whenever the subordinates are working in the company, in the organization, they should be motivated enough, they should be encouraged enough, so that they can complete their work on time and they can be able to achieve the goals of the organization. After that, the next point is controlling. Controlling means comparing the actual performance with the planned performance. Whatever plans we have made at the beginning of the work to be done, when we make the comparison of that with the actual performance, what the work actually has been done by the employees and the subordinates, that is what controlling is all about. It is the process of ensuring that actual activities conform to the planned activities. In controlling, the manager monitors the actual performance, the manager supervises the actual performance, and if required, he takes the corrective measures if there is any deviation, any difference between the planned performance and the corrective performance. So this is all about the introduction to management. Thank you everyone.